Canelo and Charlo.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that fight? And I guess Canelo's performance and Charlo's performance. Briefly, just your thoughts on the overall fight itself.
I was dissatisfied in Charlo's performance. I thought Charlo, everybody thought the same thing, but I'm just gonna tell you my view. I thought Charlo was in there just to survive or in there just to compete. There's a difference between competing and winning. Like today, if you tell me like we're gonna do a marathon, 26.2 mile marathon, something like that. You and I are just going to compete in that thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to win it. I'm not even trying to win it. I'm just trying to survive it and say that I did it. And I think that's what he did. He was just in it to not to get hurt, and then he was so happy that he went 12 rounds with Charlo.
Yeah, just it almost appeared like he was just satisfied being in that moment without trying to, for lack of a better way to explain it, try to go in there and go for the goal.
Right. Effort. So let me just say, energy without effort means nothing. So he had the energy. He talked a good one, but his effort showed nothing. His energy was like, oh, I could beat Canelo. I could do this. I could do that. I'm going to do this. I'm a real lion. He got out there, and his effort showed that his effort did not match his energy, and that showed in his performance.
It seemed to me there was some maybe self-doubt, or he wasn't either he didn't believe in himself, or he kind of went into the fight already that he resigned before he even entered the ring. Is that a way to explain it?
Yeah, that's the perfect way to say it. It's just like he did not show up. His body was there. You know how you say, oh, your soul's in a different place or whatever the case, his body was there, but he was just moving around just to survive. I mean, I'd be thinking that some of them guys be betting on themselves just to survive or compete.
It appeared Derek James in the corner was actually giving him the proper, or would you agree with me that he was giving him the proper instructions, but he just wasn't following the instructions that he was being given in the corner?
Yeah, I think he was talking on deaf ear, but he gave him some good instructions and good things to do, but Charlo would not carry it out. So he actually made Derek James look bad. You know what I'm saying? He made Derek James look bad.
And that being said, since we're discussing that issue, it appears to me, and I'm maybe going a little bit off subject here, that whenever a fighter loses a fight, it appears either the public or the fighters themselves appear always to want to blame the trainer for the performance of the fighter. What percentage of blame should be pointed at the trainer, or does it just depend on the particular situation?
I think it depends on the situation. And like you said, if you listening to Derek James, the 1 minute between the rounds, telling him, move to the left, slide, double jab, right hand, roll under, or when you get in the clinches, turn them, things like that, and then you go out and not compete or not do them, it doesn't make no sense. So I think that the fighter need to take responsibility or accountability for themselves also. Because if you're getting the right instructions, and if you're not following them, then, but they always want to blame the coach. The coach is the first one that goes, oh, he wasn't doing the job, we got to get a new trainer. You got to look inside and see the person.
Yeah, definitely. Canelo's performance, what do you think of his performance? Was that partially because of Charlo, or was it because of what Canelo was doing? Was it because of the weight, or was it a combination of all three?
I can't blame it on the weight, because even though he fought 68, he moved up 2 weight classes, he's naturally a taller and bigger person. So the weight thing shouldn't have anything to do with it. But the ideal of it is then you get into the ring and you don't follow out a mission. You know you have a bigger guy in front of you, or a thicker or heavier guy in front of you. You know that you have to move a little bit, but you got to stand your ground and let those punches go. And he didn't stand his ground. He didn't stand his ground not one time. He didn't step to Charlo. He didn't step to Canelo not one time. Canelo kept putting him in a headlock, and he didn't do nothing. Nothing in the process. He didn't hit.
He didn't put any fear in Canelo.
No, he didn't hit him. He didn't hit him low. He didn't push him. He didn't elbow him. He didn't do nothing. He just was there. And it just was horrible. It was a horrible display.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with what you're saying, because in one sense it's a boxing match, but in reality it's a fight.
Yeah.
you got to do, even if you got to bend the rules a little bit to kind of take the other fighter out of their element. Like I have one of my mentors. I've been around boxing for probably about 15 years as a journalist, as a writer, videographer, and one of my mentors, he's a former amateur boxer, and he said, when you're in there, if you got to step on the guy's foot, certain little tricks and tactics, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to bend the rules a little bit. Once the referee knows, you got to make the referee stop you from doing what you got to do to try to win the fight.
I'm kind of like, my background is basketball, and I always think what John Wooden used to say, winning is everything. So to that point is, no matter how you win, you got to get the W. You know what I'm saying? If you got to do what you got to do, but you got to get that W. And that's all that matters to me. Hitting him low, pushing him down. But that guy just manhandled him, and he just was passive. Canelo would elbow him in his throat, and he would look towards the referee. You don't need no referee. You don't need no help.
Nah, I feel you. I thought Canelo's performance was good considering the circumstances. I don't want to keep you too long, but I want just one more question. This is in regards to the heavyweight fight coming up. It's not a real fight in my mind, but I just want your thoughts on it.
Unbelievable! You want to throw sometime? Bang!